Convicted killers will spend the rest of their lives in prison. Brandon Williams and Demetrius Ross learned their fate tonight, hours after a jury began deliberating in their Beltline murder trial. Atlanta News First anchor Joe Gorcho is live outside of the Fulton County Courthouse tonight in downtown Atlanta. And Joe, family members of the victims spoke before the men were sentenced.
Yeah, and Carly, I want to start with something the Fulton County judge said moments after the guilty verdicts were entered in from the jury. He called the murders cold and calculated, the murder of Thomas Arnold. Then I had a chance to speak with Arnold's family just outside the Fulton County Courthouse earlier this evening, and they expressed relief now that the trial is over, but still, the days-long trial was painful for them, having to relive those moments of Arnold's murder. Thomas Arnold's brother-in-law describes the most emotional part of the trial.
The autopsy and crime scene pictures were kind of hard to take.
Ronald Gaynor spoke with us shortly after a jury found two men guilty of killing Arnold.
We, the jury, found the defendant guilty.
An excruciating trial for Gaynor's wife, Arnold's sister.
I don't think Jerry will ever get over the loss of her brother in such a tragic way, but, maybe she'll get a little closure.
The Beltline murder trial began last week. On Wednesday, the jury needed only a few hours to find Demetrius Ross and Brandon Williams guilty of multiple charges, including malice murder.
Your repugnant and depraved conduct has earned you the certainty that each of you will perish in prison.
The judge in the case sentenced Ross and Williams to life without the possibility of parole. Both left court in handcuffs, guilty of shooting and killing Arnold on the Atlanta Beltline back in February of 2022, while he was walking home from a night out with friends.
But I imagine we go home, we'll have a few ups and downs before it settles in.
After the jury's verdict inside the courtroom, the defendants' mothers expressed sympathy for Arnold's loved ones, while also proclaiming their son's innocence.
And my son is a humble person of love. He's a humble person that wouldn't hurt a fly, never hurt anybody in his life.
We'll do this until we can't do it anymore because we know that these boys are innocent.
And based on what we heard in court, it does appear that the family will look to appeal the guilty verdicts. And as for Arnold's family, Gaynor told us that there's not a day that goes by that his wife has not thought about her brother and how her brother died. Live from outside the Fulton County Courthouse, Joe Gorcho, Atlanta News First.